Welcome back to another episode of Two in the Stink podcast with Rob Stant and Jim Gillespie. Tell me about it, Rob. What happened?
You're doing the intro. Okay. Well, no,
I wanted to switch it up, but if I stepped on your toes,
I thought this was my thing, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what? We should start over. No, I'm just kidding.
We should probably fucking start over with somebody that gets it.
Let me actually, but you know what the fun part is? So here, we'll give a little bit of a behind the scenes thing. So I just started the camera. But we have to actually clap. Can you clap for me into the microphone so that we can sync up the audio? Oh yeah, I just wanted to know what it feels like to get a round of applause. So thank you. I needed that. You can stop now. You can stop. That's just actually
it got old.
Crazy.
It got old.
Well, I just
hearing applause got old.
I hear so much of that when I'm on stage. So
it's really
I actually
crazy.
need a break.
Yeah.
How are you? How's your day going?
I had a great day. Work was really easy. And then I went home and I got a shower, and that was really easy.
Yeah, I can tell when you're broke because you're sober. Like you come over my. I can tell when you're broke because you're so fucking not asleep.
Oh,
it's like you come over. Like sometimes Jim comes over and immediately started making fun of you. Immediately came over and started making fun of me and my computer. And like
that's because it's the biggest computer anyone's ever seen. Rob bought a new computer and it's the size of a mini fridge.
And you're gonna say
crazy.
Tell
it's
them
crazy.
What you said.
I said that it looks like it's meant to keep virginities cold.
It's okay, yeah, but I actually get laid a lot though, so it's
Rob's married, so he gets like crazy arranged puss.
Yeah, I get scheduled pussy. Isn't that crazy?
I get scheduled pussy too.
Yeah,
it's just a little bit different.
I thought you were swinging from the other side.
Nah, I've been crushing pussy on Bumble, dude.
Oh,
it's
really?
Crazy. Yeah, I'm on fire right now. You know, bitches are really into
what?
Dudes who live with their parents and are pursuing comedy as a full-time job.
They're just into that, dude.
They're like that's brave.
They're like, where do you want to go out to eat? And you're like, I don't know. I got some leftover Sizzlies.
Yeah,
they're like, that's hot.
I'm like, I ain't got much for bread, but I got bread from the Wawa. Hey,
that's the worst joke I've heard you say in a long time.
Yeah, bro, you should have heard me talk about if I was a Disney princess, I would be Rapretzel.
You're a fucking idiot.
That was the worst joke I've ever told on stage.
Rapretzel. When did you say that?
Last night.
You've been on a bombing streak, haven't you?
I can't write anything. My pants are too tight. I'm just squeezing the life out of myself.
So you did a mic last night.
I did a mic last night, and I was so fucking bad that like I barely got up this morning for work. I almost quit my job.
I got blackout drunk last night, and then
you blacked out right now.
I have the worst hangover right now. I'm so hungover. Last night I was on TikTok, of course, and I was on TikTok live.
Scary.
I was on TikTok live, and I was like drinking. I was like drinking whiskey. It was supposed to be like a chill stream, and then it turned into me.
Sorry, something about you saying a chill stream was just like it's gayer than anything I've ever done. It's literally like, wow, whoa. It was literally supposed to be this dope fucking stream where we literally just did like a kickback.
I started doing shots, and before I knew it, I drank the entire bottle of whiskey. I drank an entire bottle of this fucking Scotch whiskey. That was like, I ran out of booze, and so I was drinking that. I should have just had a couple beers, but I didn't have any beer, and I didn't feel like going to the store to buy any, so I ended up drinking this like old Scotch. I remember ending the live. And the next thing I remember is Britt waking me up. I'm on the kitchen floor of our house.
Oh no!
She's waking me up. She comes home from work. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "The fuck!" I opened my eyes, and the room was like,
that's the fucking worst.
And so my sister, I was like, "What happened?" My sister says, "You came upstairs. You threw up onto the kitchen. I cleaned it up for you because my sister's staying with us right now temporarily." I threw up. She says, I threw up on the kitchen floor, and I got it, like, in my hair, because, like, I was, like, laying in it.
Ew.
So she was like, I cleaned up your vomit. I tried to get as much as I could out of your hair, because I woke up, my hair was, like, in a weird bun. It looked like my hair was in a bun specifically to, like, avoid vomit. Like, I could tell where the vomit had been, because my hair was, like, pulled to the other side. So I had to, like, shower and first I had to text my boss. I said, hey, I'm not going to be able to come in today. I have a personal matter I need to attend to. That's what I said. And the personal matter was me.
You took off today.
I tried to work a half day. I tried to work a half day, and my boss was like, so it's okay.
So that was last night you had puke hair.
That was literally last night I had puke hair.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I fucking...
no wonder I didn't hear from you. I was like, I texted this guy. He didn't fucking say anything.
Yeah, I died. Dude, I could have died last night. I could, my mom was like, "You're lucky you didn't die," because apparently, alcohol poisoning, whatever that is.
I have no idea.
If you drink an entire bottle of whiskey, you will.
I have blacked out so many fucking times where it's like I don't even remember it.
Yeah.
This one time, I used to work at this pizza shop, and they got invited to this Best of Philly event at the Please Touch Museum. And they got a vendor pass, and I was one of the managers at the time, so I got to go and be at the event and cook pizza and give it out to people. But I had a vendor pass, so when the booths shut down, everyone got to just join the event,
just hang out. Okay.
Yeah, so I was just I was 17. I was just drinking like crazy because no one was carding because if you have the pass, you're in. You got in the door.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, so I was just getting hammered.
Up.
I blacked out. And my boss drove me home, and he took me to I somehow in my blacked out state convinced him to take me to the Wawa, and so I had 2 Arizona iced teas in my pockets when I woke up. I woke up in front of my fireplace covered in vomit, and just with 2 Arizona iced teas in my pocket. And I was asking my mom and dad what happened because I woke up to them sitting and watching me groan in my sleep.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there was a lot of explaining that had to be done. And they told me that I walked in and told them this story where I rode... there's a carousel at the Please Touch Museum.
Okay.
And apparently that night I rode this carousel hammered with Charlize Theron. She was there.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was the belle of the ball.
This just sounds like my dreams.
This didn't happen.
Yeah, well,
Charlize
obviously,
Theron was not there, and we did it. And if she was, I don't think her and I were gonna be on the carousel.
You guys, I like how blackout you is I'm friends with Charlize Sirloin.
Yeah,
I'm friends with Charlize Sirloin.
Yeah. I got charred sirloin, and I turned it into Charlize Theron. But I just, there were so many times when I was a kid that grown-ups took me out and got me blacked out.
Yeah.
And my parents were chill.
They were relax.
They were he's not doing heroin.
Yeah, he ain't doing the hard stuff.
He's not doing heroin. He could be doing heroin. He should be doing heroin. Did you see his real mom?
Yeah, that's I mean, look, you gotta sometimes parents they have the bar set low.
When you're an adopted kid who comes from hoard and squalor, you almost want to get grounded.
That's
I want someone to care about me a lot.
That's why kids act up. They're like, why don't you care?
Yeah,
I got a face tattoo. You don't even care.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why people do heroin. They're like, I'm literally doing heroin.
Someone care, please.
Someone care, please.
And then everyone's like, you did the thing that makes me stop caring.
Yeah.
Not only do I not care, no one does either. I love because it's funny. It's a tale as old as time. Someone does heroin, they turn up missing. Mm-hmm. People find out that they were hanging out in Kensington.
Oh, they're like, that's on them.
The search is off.
Yeah, it's that's on them.
The search is off.
They decided.
Any kid that I grew up with, they found out that he was hanging out in Kensington. They're like, he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Out of here.
He went to the nether.
I almost did a really funny thing today, but I wasn't sure if you would think it's funny or you would get pissed about it. I'm
very hard to pee off.
I ordered a lift for Jim so he could come here because he's a broke bitch, and I ordered a lift.
What was that nickname you gave me?
Oh yeah, I called you Brokefat Mountain,
which is a double entendre because I've been taking pipe for a while now.
Yeah, and you're the size of a mountain. No, I'm just. No, it's because you're fat.
I lost 50 fucking pounds.
No, it's because you're fat.
The last 5 months.
It's because you're. I'm like, no. Yo, you know what's crazy? When I fucking. Oh, let me tell you what I almost did. I
meal prepped for 4 weeks. I meal prepped for 4 whole weeks, dude. Give me creds.
All right. Hey, you look great, by the way.
Do I?
Yeah, you look good.
All right.
I think you look good. I'm just fucking with you.
Okay.
You do. I like the shirt. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Yeah. I wore it last week.
I've only ever seen it on my floor, to be honest.
Yeah. That would look really good at the end of my bed, to be honest.
But when I ordered the lift, I almost got it sent from your house instead of my house, from your house to Kensington. I almost ordered you a lift to Kensington. That would have been so funny because I don't think you would have realized until you got there, and then the Lyft driver would have been like, "Here you go." And
what's funny is so many people down there look like you. I would have thought at least one person was you. And I'm like a messy-haired, chubby girl with glasses. A messy-haired, chubby girl with big round glasses. I'm like, there's 9,000 Robs on the Drexel campus. It's so fucking scary walking around down there.
I don't know. I think
you're like, no, it's about you.
I'm making fun of you actually, because it would have been funny because like you don't because if you don't have money, how are you gonna get back? If I should have sent you there, block your number, and been like, I'll take his gigs. I would have taken anything you're booked on. I would have been like, Jim can't make it. I'll be there.
Yeah, Jim can't make it.
And then you show up to the gig. You got like a loincloth and a spear. like you had to hunt your way out of there.
Yeah, I'm just like wearing like a spinal column on my neck. I pulled it out of somebody.
You've got like a tribe behind you.
You think if you like, you ever think about like, I could trek like Mount Everest? Like, you ever think about like, I would do it if someone offered to take me?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have those.
Do you think you could eat a person if you got stranded on Everest?
Do I think I could eat a person? Yeah, dude. If I had to.
You think you could do it?
I think. Well, I mean, are they already dead? Are they like alive, and then I have to kill them and eat them?
You don't have to
like,
kill them.
Okay.
You find freshly dead people.
Oh, freshly dead people.
And you're all stranded. It's you and Britt, and you guys are on a mountain.
Yeah, I mean,
they're fresh.
Yeah, well, I mean,
fresh, never frozen. It's Wendy's mountain.
Oh, dude, I guess somebody got me. Well, I'll remind me Wendy's after this.
I'm like done. Done.
Yeah. So
I have a Frosty tattoo. Did you know that?
Where is it?
On my back.
No way.
Yeah,
you're fucking with me. I don't believe it. You have a Frosty tattoo?
Yeah. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you actually have a Frosty tattoo?
I was going to pull my asshole out and make you see my asshole. I'm going to make you see my a-hole. It's going to be so funny.
You're like, close your eyes. And then I open it. It's just like...
Yeah, I'm like, Rob, show us how to do a sit-up. And then I squat over you like heavyweights. You ever see that?
Yeah, you wanting to learn how to do a sit-up. That's rich.
Yeah. I'd love to see you try to teach someone how to do one. Yeah, that's double rich.
It's just me going.
We're both built like brioche, and it's like crazy trying to see us do fitness.
I'm squishy in places I shouldn't be.
Yeah, my dick sucks, and I hate myself, so it's cool.
It got real quick, huh?
No, I love my dick. It's the only dick I've ever known.
Yeah, right. This definitely is not the only dick you've ever known.
Well, the rest of them are anonymous. They're all wearing Scullies.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, the eating people. Because like I mean, there's always that
Go on.
There's always that curiosity. Like what do people taste like? You ever have that curiosity?
Yeah, they say they taste like pork.
Taste like pork. Oh, well, I don't like pork, so maybe that's a problem.
Yeah, human beings are gross. We're like upright dog pigs.
Yeah, we're fucking. Well, aren't we mostly water?
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Right now,
yeah. I think most of everything on Earth is water. At least 70%.
Right now, I'm mostly Scotch whiskey. So
yeah.
Dude, I tell you what though, after throwing up, I felt real skinny. That fucking my old eating disorder was like kicking in. It was like, hey, you can feel like this all the time. All you gotta do is just get rid of it.
Dude, I've been putting this like low-cal fake butter on this shitty wheat bread at home.
Yeah.
And that's how I start my mornings. I used to have like white bread with American butter. It felt like America when I would make it in the morning. And now I make like this like 12-grain toast with like this Good Balance spread. And it's like I literally just hear like the sounds of like Vietnam going off. I'm like, this fucking blows, dude. I have like helicopter whirring in my ear.
You start getting flashbacks.
Sucks.
Oh man, dude, that's
it sucks. It sucks worse than eating wheat toast.
What?
Back sweat
from
being too fat at 8 a.m. in a job where you stand still. That sucks worse than 12-grain bread. That does.
Does that happen to you a lot?
No, it's just a good dramatization of my fatness.
It's just a good drama. You're like, I shouldn't be sweating. It's winter and I'm not moving.
Yeah, I'm just a walking furnace. It's fucking insane. Like around my belt buckle is just like it might be like the hottest place on earth.
Yeah.
It's like 170.
You're telling me, honey.
Yeah. It's like 170 degrees resting. Like just resting.
Britt has a really hot vagina. Like, I mean, like, not like
sexy, but like
no,
temperature hot.
It's for real. It's like
you just straight
it's like
boil your balls.
Yeah, dude. It's like it feels like a fucking oven every time I go down there.
Her professional career is just gonna be in the toilet. Her LinkedIn is gonna be like it's like emergency nurse, like trauma nurse, and then it's gonna be like boiling hot pussy.
Boiling hot pussy is just me when I'm mad.
If you hook up with somebody that they're
that was funnier. Hang on, wait. What I just said. I said boiling hot pussy is me when I'm mad. That was it deserved something. I had to stop you. I was like, no, laugh at that. No, laugh at that.
I'm glad I heard that because that's really funny.
I'm like, no, that could be a reel. I'm like, no,
we're just real chasing at this point.
Yeah,
that's so funny. I would love for someone to come in this room right now and kill us both. That'd be so good. That'd be good for the whole country.
Oh, so you were interrupting me. I'm sorry. I interrupted you interrupting me.
And now I forget what I was gonna say.
We can talk about. I can smell my slippers from here. I found these house slippers.
Dude, don't even get me started on slippers.
Oh yeah,
I'll just tell the story because you know what? I just have to own it at this point. Why do they stink? I put clean socks in them. Why do they?
Me too. I do. I think that slippers have like some type of like they just hold on to funk more than usual.
Damn it!
It's like Simpsons pajamas.
I wore the wrong shoes to this beach house that Rob and I got with all the comedians.
Yep, all our comedian buddies.
All comedian buddies, and I wore the wrong shoes. And I knew on the way down there that it was going to be a problem. So I tried to be the last person awake so I could go to bed and like try to like I was gonna crucify my slippers.
You were gonna bury them in the backyard.
They stunk so fucking bad.
Gray, our friend Gray, was in the house and all day he was like, "It smells like feet in here.
It smells like feet."
It smells.
I was like, "Shut up, gay guy! Literally fucking faggot! I hate you." I was like, "No, it doesn't. You have a gay nose."
You get to say all those things because you're gay.
I can do it. Yeah, I put the work in. I have farted cum onto someone's face.
Ew. Ew.
So I can say whatever I want.
Ew.
It's not even gross.
It's absolute.
It's a circle of life.
Ew.
Get over it. What did you not go to 5th grade?
Dude, something about busting on a face. That's a lot of fun.
Busting on a face is great, but when you get busted in and then rebust onto their face.
Ew.
No, it's not
ew. Actually,
no, it's not ew. I'm a super soaker.
Oh God,
I'm a super soaker.
That's a fucking most disgusting thing I've ever had described to me.
Well,
is you farting cum onto somebody's face and then describing it as you being a super soaker.
Well, guess what? Some people just don't know what they're signing up for. And I'm one of them.
Oh my God. But yeah, the slippers. Before we went on that,
the slippers. That's what it was.
We were talking about.
I wanted to crucify these fucking. Slippers.
How did we get from that to you coming on? Never mind. I don't want to know.
I don't know.
But you had stinky slippers.
I wore stinky slippers to a house full of my friends, and we were going on boats the next day. And I had stunk up the house, and we're leaving, and I was like, we gotta go somewhere. Yeah. And get like flip-flops or something. We went to Rite Aid, and I got a pair of Rite Aid flip-flops that literally left lacerations on my feet. Yeah. And I was like, I'd rather have foot cuts than be ridiculed. So we were leaving. We were leaving for the boats, and I decided to ditch we were leaving from the boats to go back to the Airbnb, and I ditched the slippers in the parking lot of the boat place. And I just tried to not mention it ever again.
It was so funny watching you abandon slippers.
It was so funny trying to make sure like they were out of the rear view. I like caught a glimpse of them like crawling away. Yeah. It was crazy. I imagine that they're living a whole new life now with all those active enzymes inside of them.
You probably started like a colony. And those fucking it's so gross.
I couldn't
thinking
believe how bad they smelled. Dude, I was like, I barely wear them ever, and I always have clean socks.
It's something about slippers, I think, that they just hold.
It's the fur.
It's It's
dude, like I walked around like the whole day in those. Yeah, and like the fur was.
It was like it was a summer day too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
You're wearing summer. You were wearing fur. You had fur on your feet in the summer.
I'll never wear fur again, ever, anywhere, on any place on my body. I'm not meant for it.
Dude, Slippers, I'm telling you, man, they hold a different type of funk. Dude, certain clothes, like I swear to God, like if you wear like plaid pajamas, like they make your balls stink worse. They
keep your balls damp almost.
Yeah, dude, it's like you got what did John
you can
call
keep cigars?
Low hanging reds.
No, when John's sick, when my buddy John gets sick, he describes what he's going through as having low hanging reds. And he's shooting out gooey clusters out of his face.
Ew.
Low-hanging reds and gooey clusters. I'm not making it out. I'm like, damn.
Dude, Simpsons pajamas, too. That shit'll make your balls stink.
Any type of pajama.
If you got
any type of thing where it's like they almost like suggest you don't wear underwear under
yeah.
it.
So you'll be more comfy.
Reek.
Dude, I've been wearing sweatpants and pajamas, and it's dangerous because I'm like getting fat, and then
I wear
like
khakis and jeans only.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I like being comfy. I'm wearing jeans right now.
If I wear sweatpants, I will never get healthy.
You said, didn't you say it's like fat guy heroin or something?
It is. It's the fastest way to lose everything.
Wearing fucking sweatpants.
If a fat guy wears sweatpants, he becomes the most undesirable being on earth. You're just like, oh.
It's like, what are you doing?
You know everything going on inside that waistband is horrible.
I think at that point you're giving up.
Yeah, that's a Seinfeld bit where it's like George is wearing sweatpants and he's like, oh, so you've given up.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow. I just did Seinfeld. That's great.
You just did Seinfeld. Rob's basically Seinfeld now, so that's cool.
No, dude, I don't know. I feel like, sweatpants, that's like I have every camo unlocked in Call of Duty.
Yeah,
like that whole thing.
No.
Have you played? You haven't played the new Call of Duty, have you?
I haven't really been playing video games at all, which my body size says otherwise. But
my god,
I haven't been playing. You know what? That's not true. I played WWE against John the other day.
Yeah.
And there's like a community creations thing where people can make anything.
Yeah.
And so we downloaded God and Satan. And we fought each other as God and Satan.
Oh, really? Oh, in WWE?
Yeah, and then I also downloaded a guy. Somebody literally made a guy named Sprite Cranberry.
Yeah?
And it's just a dude who looks like a bottle of Sprite Cranberry. It's like the best character ever.
Some of those WWE creations are great.
Dude, some of them, that you can tell that they spent so much fucking time on them. It's insane.
I saw somebody make Drake, but they gave him all the like female wrestler animations.
Yes.
So he just looked super gay.
That's what is he gay?
No, I don't think he is. He was like, wasn't he trying to?
Because everyone's like posting like there's this like.
Go ahead, 21.
Yeah,
that song.
It's like 21.
Do your thing.
It's like 21. Put your dick up in me.
Let me hold it for me.
Yeah, it's like 21. Will you Uber me to your house?
Okay, that's what I did to you. So let's not start rumors. Will you sit in my basement?
Yeah,
21.
21. Will you film my podcast?
We're basically,
but it's so funny because it's like Drake with like a fat ass and like hot like knee high socks.
Yeah.
And he's like what?
Yeah, it was like they did like they gave him all the like female wrestler animations.
That's so funny. We tortured a kid when we were in like,
what a great way to start a sentence.
We tortured a kid in middle school. There was this kid and we called him Baby Jack, and he was just like a little bitch. I guess I don't really know.
Okay.
Like I don't know where he got Baby Jack from. I guess because there was another Jack and he was older, and so he was Baby Jack. But Baby Jack. Any like kids used to like run up and they would grab the nipples on his shirt and they would cut them out, so he would just have his nipples out.
How do you
become the target of such obscure bullying? I have no idea. But
what a clever and inventive way to bully someone.
It got even crazier. There was also a thing where instead of his name, people called him 37.
Why?
It made no sense. Just because it sounded funny.
37.
What's up, 37? He was like, what does that mean?
He
screamed his head off. Like,
dude,
what does that mean?
That's how people go crazy. If you cut the nipples out of their shirt and then give them a number.
Give them a number that's not their, like a nickname that's a number. And then also on top of that, on WWE, they made John made a perfect version of him.
Oh, really?
And they would like throw him off of buildings and beat him the hell up with like everyone. It was demonic as hell. It was demonic as hell. But now he's like the coolest dude ever. Like I literally love the guy.
Oh, really?
He turned out to be like one of the coolest dudes I've ever known.
So the story has a happy ending.
The happy ending is that like despite everything, he turned out to be a cool guy. everyone that I've ever known and myself are all terrible.
Yeah,
we're all horrible people.
You've turned out to be horrible, and then he's just rocking. He's just got fresh nips, dude.
He's cool. He has a cool mustache, and as far as I'm concerned, last time I checked, he worked at like a rooftop bar, and he was like killing it.
Oh, maybe the lesson of life. maybe there's something about freeing the nipple that just makes you a better person. You guys did them a favor.
remembered the like my friends coming up with the plan
to cut off his.
And then I remember when they pulled it off, and then they decided we're not going to pull it off. Like we all used to hang at this like skate park. They were like, nah, we're going to do it in school.
Yeah,
we're going to cut the nipples out of his shirt in school.
How do you do that? How do you like? I feel like that takes time.
You run up on him and you grip 2 handfuls of his shirt and you you cut him. With scissors, you got
to be quick.
You got to grip him up. You got to hold him. It's a 2-person operation. One person has to hold his bitch ass. The other person has to pinch and clip.
That would destroy me if I was in middle school and somebody or in high school or whatever and somebody fucking cut the nipples out of my shirt.
It was crazy.
That would be my villain origin story.
It was crazy. My
calling card would be like cutting off people's nipples.
My high school had so much crazy shit happen. There was this one time this kid took mushrooms and got taken out in a like to the hospital because he was acting so fucking insane.
Yeah, well, I guess it'll happen if you're a kid and you take mushrooms.
Also, the lights in a school are not like for mushrooms. They're hot, bright lights. Like it's like fucking horrible.
Yeah, oh my god. One time me and my buddies we got really high just off weed. Did I tell you about when I made firecrackers? Did I tell you that story?
Yeah, did you guys get high before school?
No, never. I never got high before school.
Whoa, really? I did it all the time.
I never got high before school.
You know what's funny? When I was a senior,
I was scared I'd get caught because my dad was like super anti-weed. He was like if I ever catch you smoking weed, we're gonna throw in the gloves. I'm gonna take you out back. Like he was gonna like fight me, but
look
give
at
me.
You now.
I know. Yeah, but
no, Dad, stop.
Yeah, stop it. But like, no, it turns out, and then one time we got drunk. I don't know if he was just saying that because he was like bullshitting or not. But then we got drunk one time, and he's like, I know you used to smoke weed, and I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I'm not stupid. And he's like. And then my dad looked at me in my eyes and he said, son, let me tell you something. I've done every drug there is besides heroin. And I was just like, what? Because like my dad was this very like blue collar, like never call out of work, never. And he was he never I never saw him smoke weed. He drank, but that was it. He would literally work like 10 hours a day and then like go home and have a beer. My mom would be like, oh, you drinking again? And he's like, what? Fucking guy can't have a beer? And then like. But then that would turn into like 18 beers, and then it would be a problem.
That's so funny.
Because
Now, I've drank with your mom, but you've never smoked weed with your mom?
I smoked weed with my mom.
Have you really? That's awesome.
She takes like 2 puffs, and she's like, I get a headache. I can't. And then she goes to bed. She's like, Britt smoked weed.
Britt got high.
Unless you're an employer, then she didn't. She didn't get high. This is a different Brittany, a friend of ours. She's not my wife. Britney Spears. Yeah.
Well, she's my wife.
Yeah.
Britney Spears, my wife. I smoked her up on a blunt in Delaware. Is that where we were?
No, it was the same fucking place where you threw out the slippers.
No, I know, but wasn't that Delaware?
It was Jersey.
It was Jersey.
Jersey, yeah.
Not
very memorable, but yeah.
It was New Jersey, and we were smoking blunt, and
with Britney Spears. Yeah.
I got Britney Spears to sit down and join us for it, and I just remember she would like smoke it. And then she'd be like, it's literally not doing anything. Yeah. And then, like, I went around a few more times, and then she was literally, like, hamster sneezing.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, and then she was in bed, like, 2 seconds later.
Yeah, it's funny, she actually slept on shredded newspaper.
Yeah. I know. I gave her pellet. I was like, here's pellet.
She was drinking out of a giant water bottle the next morning.
She was mlemming on it.
Dude, fucking whatever weed you had was like crazy.
I brought the goods to the shore.
You had like Chernobyl, like shit that was like grown in Chernobyl.
Yeah, it's funny. I had a couple people kind of bugging actually.
Yeah, our buddy Gary. You turned our buddy Gary Sharp into a white dude. It was hilarious. He was laughing. You said something and he would laugh. He was like,
yeah. I turned him into a Goofy movie.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Peoples was like, "This is laced."
Every time it came around, our buddy Matt would like compliment it. He'd be like, "This is pretty good," and it'd come around again. He'd be like, "This is strong," and then it came around the third time, and he was like, "This is laced."
Yeah. It was so fucking funny.
You were like, you were the coolest guy in the house.
Yeah, I was crushing. I was crushing the porch.
Yeah, you were murdering on the porch. It was insane.
awesome.
Yeah, I've actually never smoked weed.
No.
Yeah, never done it.
I'm too nervous. It gives it's not for everyone. It gives people anxiety.
Oh, by the way, speaking of weed, we have we're doing a bonus episode now, guys, every month. I don't know why I said that. Speaking of weed, this isn't really related. We eat broccoli, and then we have broccoli, like that Lil Yachty song where they sing about eating broccoli.
Rob and I are gonna eat our greens.
Yeah, we're gonna eat our greens.
And then we're gonna get on and talk about health.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about all different kinds of shit, like, is the moon real? It's gonna be crazy.
Is my wife okay? Is my wife all right?
Yeah, that's a bonus.
Should I go to bed now?
That's on the That's gonna be on the Patreon, $2, and you get a bonus episode each month. We say outlandish shit. I don't know. Weed, like, in all seriousness, weed is like either like hit or miss with me. It's either I'm gonna have a great time or I'm like calling my wife, like she's not answering, and she's literally like saving somebody's life at a hospital.
No,
I'm like, well, but is she okay? We were literally down here, and I was high as fuck. And I was like,
she was upstairs asleep.
She was upstairs asleep, and I was asking you. I was like, "Do you think my wife's okay?"
And she's like, "Is Britt okay?
Is Britt okay? I just need reassurance.
Is Britt all right?"
Yeah, you know how you would have gotten me to stop smoking that night if you would have gone, "No, go check on her." The stove is on. And at one point, you started saying,
"Yeah."
You said the stove is on.
Rob's got OCD about his stove being on, so we were really high, and I was like, "The stove is on. The stove is on. The stove is on." Just to ruin his life.
Yeah, just to fuck with me horribly, just to torture me,
just to drive me completely fucking insane within the brink of madness.
Yeah, what a fun little thing you did. What a comforting thing.
I know, you sending me to Kensington would have been the funniest fucking thing, and it would have been the greatest revenge for the stove is on of all time.
Oh man, yeah, that would have been hilarious.
It's like, the stove is on. You're fat and stranded. You're fat and stranded. What's up with that?
You got dropped you off in Kensington with no money, alone.
Being fat and stranded is you're never been more vulnerable. You can't fend off animals.
Do you tell them about when you got an Uber back to my sister's house? You were drunk and then your phone died and you were lost in the dark.
Oh my god!
You peed in the street.
I pulled my dick out because I was scared to go near a bush.
Like, because an animal was gonna fucking eat you.
I was over at Rob's family's shore house.
Yeah,
and
not to humble brag.
They were all enjoying each other's company a lot. And they were like, we should watch a Mark Wahlberg movie. And everyone at once was like, yeah! And then I was like, that's crazy. I have to leave. I have to get my helicopter's here. So I didn't want to like impede on their family time. So I literally just went back to Dewey Beach and just got blackout drunk with another comic, Mark Wellborn.
So you avoided a Mark Wahlberg movie to get drunk with Mark Wellborn.
I traded in a Wahlberg for a Wellborn.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any sex that night. But I tried. I asked Mark Wellborn. I tried. Some lady, he was wearing a Kirkland signature, like, Costco shirt.
Yeah.
And some lady was like, he's literally wearing a Costco shirt. And I literally was like, yeah, he is. And he's with me. And she was like, good for you. Honestly, good for you. Yeah, he is, actually.
Yeah, I bought that for him.
Yeah.
I bought that for him.
My bitch just dripped up.
That Kirkland drip, dude. That's a thing now, isn't it? Aren't people are flexing the Kirkland brand.
I wore like Kirkland underwear for years.
But the story continues. See, the funny part, you just described something you did. The funny part of the story is I gave you the wrong address to where my sister's house was because I think I was drunk when you texted me.
Oh.
And then you ended up like a street over, and then your phone died, and you didn't know where my sister's house was.
The neighborhood is completely black at night. There's no street
it's like a
lights.
beach. Yeah, it's a beach house.
It's not
so there's
like a fucking...
No.
So all I knew was that Rob's dad's boat was out front. And so I'm just walking around this neighborhood. My phone dies as I get out of the Uber. So I had like 3 seconds of like flashlight to take like in my 20s start having a photographic memory. And it's just pitch black. And I'm wandering through this neighborhood and I'm like wasted. So I have to piss so bad. So I just pulled my dick out and I'm like pissing in the street and I'm like half like scared, like half nauseous. And I'm like, where the fuck is this guy's house? And I'm just like, I walked around for like a half hour before I found the boat. And I was like, finally. And I went up the steps and I walk in and Rob's sister is sleeping on the couch. And I can't imagine what went through her head when she like woke up and I'm just like, hey, I'm going to go to bed. person I met an hour ago, like 3 hours ago.
Yeah. You had that. Yeah, you hadn't met my sister.
I met them for like the littlest amount of time, and then disappeared, and then came back alone. It was just so fucking weird.
Shout out to both my sisters. January.
They're great. I don't know January too well, but she does give a good hug when you do good on stage.
Yeah, she's a good girl. She's a good.
She's a good girl.
Yeah, dude. Getting your offstage hugs. That's always a good feeling. Getting your attaboys. Sometimes if I had a bad set, I'll stand next to somebody who did well. So at the end of the show, they're like, "You're really funny," and then and you too. Like I'm like, yeah, I was.
Can I get runoff?
I was. Yeah. Because I feel like that happens a lot. Where when people are like, when somebody is like giving a comedian a compliment, they
would have come up to you if it was you.
Right. They would have come. Yeah. They would have said you were. Yeah. They would have said you were really funny. But so that's always like a thing when they're like, you were really funny. We loved you too. It's like, what? What about me? You could say you're really funny. Also, you're really funny. But it's like you too. It's like I'm also here. I don't know.
Let me finish giving him the real compliment, and then I'll give you the crumbs.
Yeah, then I'll spit on you.
Wait for and what's funny is we all wait for the crumbs.
Oh, we do. Yeah,
we wait for the crumbs because this is a very like disheartening thing that we do.
Because when
we go up and try to make our thoughts relevant.
And then sometimes when people don't laugh at it, it's just like, wow, that hurts.
Yeah, especially when you like sat down, you put pen to paper, and then everyone's like, that tastes like licorice. Nope. Do you like licorice?
I don't like licorice. I like.
See, I've never met a person that likes licorice. Take that, big licorice. Stop sending me hate mail.
They're like quit putting a bad. Oh, I was trying to like make a pun.
I send bomb threats to Good and Plenty like every day. I'm like, quit it. Your flavor profile's trash. Mike and Ike's are burying you in the ratings.
Mike and Ike's. I don't like Mike and Ike's either.
They're good.
They're okay.
I'm like, no. They're good.
I don't.
Mike that back.
Mike,
I'll give you another shot.
Mike and Ike's aren't that great.
All right, they're fine. They're not that great. Are they as good as Dots? Do you like Dots?
I think Dots are like the worst.
What?
Dots are what kind of candy are you into? Say something normal like Sour Patch Kids or Skittles.
No.
Those are the goats.
I had an older brother. He ate all the good candy. I got the poop candy, so now I have a taste for the poop candy.
That's why.
I got fat off of Necco wafers. It's a Necco body. This is the saddest fat you've ever seen. It's Necco wafers and fucking cream soda. Bad soda flavors. Black cherry Wishniak. Putting that over fucking ice.
Dude, I can't believe that. Yeah, you just described like the worst candies. I've never seen anybody be like, "Oh man, I got a sweet tooth. I could really go for some Mike and Ike's or some Dots."
I can't wait for people that know me in my real life to listen to this and be like, "This guy eats Reese's sticks all the time. Don't believe a word he says."
Dude, my favorite candy. I like. I'm more of like a. It's funny because like chocolate makes me break out. I'm like I'm like a dog. I can't have chocolate.
One time you had like a crazy ass zit on your lip, and I was like, "You had some chocolate?"
Yeah.
You were like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I was like, "I know."
Yeah,
I believe me on it. You're showing.
I had a little friend on my lip. He was like, "How's it going?"
He was like, "Robbie doesn't like sweets, but I do." Robbie doesn't like them, but I do.
He had Oreos last night.
Oh, I've been waiting under the surface for months. Now I've got my time.
It's my time to shine. I'm going to grow me a friend.
Bring my wife up here. It's like, how you doing?
Why is that?
She juicy as shit.
That's what the wife pimple sounds like?
Yeah. How you doing,
What ethnicity is that pimple? I'm just curious.
She's from Lansing, Michigan, so she's a white woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she needs to be lanced.
Okay.
And drained.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do. I like. That's why I usually stick to like Skittles and like and Sour Patch Kids because like when I eat that kind of shit.
That's funny because I stick Skittles to me. I'm like, look, I'm the rainbow, and the guy's like, I didn't sign up for this.
I have to go now.
I have to leave now.
He's like, I have to leave. You just wasted all my Skittles.
Yeah, you wasted all my Skittles, and you're not hot. You're a catfish.
You're like, no, I got Dots and Mike and Ike's.
He's like.
I feel like you like Mike and Ike's just because it's like two guys you'd fuck.
Yeah.
You're like, I could really go.
Two guys I'd fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I wish Mike and Ike were here.
You should see what I can do with a nerd's robe. More like a turd's robe, am I right?
Oh my god. Now I'm trying to think
That's disgusting.
Ew. Now I'm trying to think of something funny for Dots. What the fuck is dots? What would dots be if it was a gay thing? Say something funnier.
Yeah.
Make a funny joke about dots being gay. Come on. These reels don't make themselves.
I know. You talk about the reels. The reels are like Voldemort.
I know.
They shouldn't be named, but you name drop them all the time.
But because everybody's chasing reels. That's it's like breaking the fourth wall, but it's true. We're in a reel right now. Isn't that crazy?
I hate it.
We're in a reel right now.
You almost take me out of it when you do that. Because I'm like, now I don't believe in us.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to make this a reel.
Yeah.
Or am I? You never know, because I do the editing.
I know. It'd be a crazy thing to have to edit.
What?
How good this Pepsi's going to be.
Are you doing a fucking Pepsi ad right now?
It's like,
Pepsi.
It's like your mouth ever been tingly and dry? Used to have Pepsi.
Your mouth ever been tingly and dry? Now you make me want a Pepsi, dude. Look what you've done.
See? They should hire me. I just made you want a Pepsi.
That fucking opening that up is like sounds like sex. Hang on, I'm gonna get a Pepsi. I'm literally getting a Pepsi. I'll be right back.
Boy, if I had a nickel for every time I've said that.
Say something funny about dots.
Fucking dots. I know, because I was like, it's like really good.
Yeah, Jim made me get a Pepsi. That's crazy, dude. Something about watching you go in on a Pepsi is like, whoa. I'm gonna go get Dots and Mike and Ike's after this.
Somehow when I drink a Pepsi, you get it. Oh, that's what that is.
I could just do that all day.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, see what you're doing right now? Do it all day.
I'm like, wow. If I drink like 8 of these, I'll feel good. It tastes really good.
I'll drink like 3 of those and be like, 3 more. My toilet's like, please no.
Dude, well, they come in the tiny cans.
Yeah, the tiny cans are good because I could trick myself.
Yeah, it feels like you're having a soda, but not really. But I end up getting like 3 of them.
It's like multiple things. The tiny cans are multiple things. It's like I'm Andre the Giant. Look at how small this can is.
Right.
And also, like, I could have like 1 million of them and I won't get fat because they're little.
Yeah, it feels like you're drinking more. Like I could have 3 of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'd be funny if I like.
Don't even get me started on soda math.
I like these tiny sodas because when I send a dick pic, I put my dick next to it and it makes it look bigger. It's like for reference.
Do you
know?
Have you sent a dick pic?
No, I've never sent a dick pic. I thought that'd be funny to say. I wanted to be cool.
I sent them thinking that would be like a normal thing to do for a while, and then I was like, that's like gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't get anything from that. If someone sent me a dick pic, I'm not going to beat off to it. I don't get anything from it.
You showed me your Grindr DMs. You get a lot of them.
Yeah, but that's just the name of the game. That's the nature of the beast.
It's just like, what do you think?
I don't ask for them.
What do you think?
I don't ask for them.
So you don't really send them now, do you?
I have sent only like per request. I won't like start a conversation with one like a lot of these guys will.
That's such a weird thing. Weird way to start a conversation.
Well, because it's like let's fucking skip all the small talk. Let's get down to the nasty.
It's gotta suck being a hot chick. Well, no, it probably doesn't suck because like you're a hot chick. But
last night on the way out of the grape room, I watched a woman get harassed by a dude that was like driving by and wouldn't leave her alone.
Oh, really?
And I literally was like thinking to myself, like, wow, that would fucking suck so hard.
Yeah, that's.
And then also like a part of me was like, wish that was me. I wish that was me.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah, you're like, man, if I didn't drink so much Pepsi, that could be me.
That could be me.
I'm like, oh no, this Pepsi has chocolate in it. Chocolate Pepsi.
Oh no. It's like, chocolate Pepsi is like something I wrote about in 4th grade about like what 2022 was going to be like.
There's going to be chocolate Pepsi.
There's going to be chocolate Pepsi. I'm going to be thin.
And then Mike and Ike are going to be real, and they're going to love me.
Yeah, Mike and Ike are going to be my boyfriends.
Oh my God. I imagine you like... like sleeping.
I know you imagine me all the time. I know.
I imagine you like, as a kid, like sleeping on like a dirty mattress. Your husband.
No sheet.
Your brother like ate all the good candy. The power's out for whatever reason because it makes it a funnier narrative.
It's always out. It's always out.
And you're cuddling up next to a bottle of Mike and Ike's and was like, at least I have Mike and Ike. They'll never leave me. And then the dots are in the corner of the room.
My Rottweiler steals them out of my hand. My parents were like, "We live in a horde, and there's no electricity We should get a Rottweiler.
Yeah. The only thing that's gonna put a bow on this white trash.
A Rottweiler.
Rottweiler.
A big Rottweiler we can't feed.
Not even like a bulldog. Like Rottweiler is like
Rottweiler who's going to run through the screen door that will never get fixed after that. For years.
So it's just like bugs. It's like, come on in, mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes are like, I'm sorry I'm late, guys. Got tied up at the office. Why don't you take your pants off so I can bite your leg? It's like
mosquito shows up with like a briefcase and a newspaper.
Hangs his hat on a coat rack covered in cat shit. Cat shit coat rack.
Cat shit.
That's an item I had in my house.
That's the name of my special that I'm dropping.
Yeah.
Cat shit coat rack.
Oh, by the way, Rob's dropping a special.
I am unofficially. I guess now.
Well, you just fucking blew your load.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say when, but that because they don't know when yet. But yeah, there's gonna be a special. If you ever saw my Instagram, my TikTok jokes, and go, man, I wish I could see this all in one video, then isn't that going to be fun? Because that's a fucked up thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of in my head about it because, like, I want to tell, like, I want to do my best jokes in the special, but a lot of them people have already seen them.
Captivate an audience.
Yeah.
No one knows who you are still.
No, that's true. Thanks. I needed that.
You're literally a
I'm like, actually, a lot of people know about me, though.
You're a nobody.
I'm like, a lot of people know about me.
No. I know that, but, like, also, no, they don't.
Yeah. Okay.
But also, no.
All right. I'm hoping that a lot of people who show up to
and I'm not taking a poop on you. I'm just saying you can go into any room and try your best shit, and people will love it.
Okay. I just hope that, like...
Because you're not Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, that's true. I just hope that, like, you know... Like people, I hope there are people who don't know me who show up. Is what I'm getting at. I want them to see the raw.
Me too.
Yeah.
No, I hope that too. I hope that too. No, because you're doing it in a place.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We're not gonna say the
You're
place
doing
yet.
it in a place.
I'm doing it in a place.
Well, one thing's for certain, folks. He's gonna do it at a place.
Yeah. The special. It's happening at a date, and it's gonna be in a place.
By the time you guys have heard this, Rob and I will have done World Cafe Live.
Oh, yeah.
That's tomorrow. That's going to be one of the best shows of my life.
Hopefully.
I mean, it's definitely one of the best opportunities.
I've never seen the venue. Is it a cool venue?
It's incredible.
Nice.
It's an incredible, famous venue in Philly.
I thought you just heard cafe.
Yeah.
They got a cafe in here? I could do comedy there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did. I emailed the guy, and I was very eloquent.
Yeah.
And I used my big boy words,
Mm-hmm.
and I sent it out, and he got back to me really fast and was like, "Hey, let's give it a shot.
Let's fucking do it. Hell yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun."
So, you know, just out here producing.
I'm just out here doing my thing.
I'm just out here producing.
You had a beautiful singing voice.
Thank you.
I should auto-tune
So it
that.
got less beautiful as
wow,
you
it's
kept going
actually
because you ran out of breath.
Yeah,
and I could tell.
You had Pepsi and singing. That's like That's it. That's
Yeah.
how you. That's how you
I know
die.
how to make this fatty sing. I give him Pepsis.
Give
He's
him-
like, ooh.
Sometimes if I know I'm not going to leave the house for a while and I really want chocolate, I'll eat it because I'll just be ugly for a few days. It'll be okay. But like,
and every time,
dude, almost every time. I swear, it's like if I eat, well, I can have a little bit. Like if I eat like a Reese's cup, I'll be okay. But if I really go in on some cookies or whatever, actually cookies aren't that bad because they're chocolate chips. There's really not a lot of them in it. But if I eat like a Hershey bar that's just like pure chocolate, I will break out. I don't know what it is.
That's going to be on the Patreon.
Yeah, dude, me breaking...
Rob eats a Hershey bar and we watch his face.
we watch his face get gross. I'll fucking eat a Hershey bar and I'll smear like butter on my face and we'll just watch all the bacteria show up.
I'm like, yeah.
You're like, yeah.
I wonder how the butter's going to get off his face.
Ew.
Me.
Ew.
Now that is on the $50 tier.
Yeah, get on the... Yeah, we got a $50 tier now. That's right. We made a bunch of changes to Patreon. I think good changes.
Rob and I were like, let's start a podcast and a Patreon.
Let's start a podcast and a Patreon and let's argue about it for a little bit.
And you are so adamant on using that word, but I refuse to acknowledge it.
Oh, right. We had a disagreement.
We didn't have that either.
Here's the thing.
All I did was make an inquiry.
An inquiry that you would not let slide. Now, see, we're arguing. No, I'm just kidding. We're not arguing. What if we?
But look what came of it.
We're gonna break up from the
podcast.
podcast.
I have never felt more of a partnership.
Oh,
than
look
I
at this!
Do now.
Look at us. Look, we're two in the stink. Two stinky boys. The two of us. I like. You know what's interesting? I think that. Like, I love your energy right now. If I wasn't so hungover, this might be too much. Like right now, it feels it's a perfect balance because like you're like this ball of energy that's filled with Pepsi and cum.
And I am drained of cum. I got rid of all my cum in the shower when I got home from work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you beat it in the shower?
Sometimes.
I don't.
If I'm feeling randy, if the water's hot enough. Sometimes I have inconsistent hot water in my house. Dude, I have a really old house.
I think I'm beating off too much. I'm actually making my dick smaller.
That's not real.
It's not real?
That's not real. I've masturbated every day for a million years. And I have the biggest cock. And I've got the largest cock ever known.
Fucking prove it.
I'm a chronic masturbator. And let me tell you this. I have a big fat hog. And that's why I can't keep my hands off of it.
Because sometimes I look down at mine after I'm done. It looks like a beaten, like, little fucking, like, red pepper. Just like so like it just got done raining and just came inside, and it's like it's I'm trying to think of it as like a sad person. But then there's other days where I look at my dick and it's like, yeah, that's my dick. Like it's like strong.
That's him.
There he is.
That's him. He's
there
nice and strong and
having a good flaccid day. Because sometimes I don't have a good. I swear to God, dude. Every time I shave my pubes, it's like my dick is like more confident. I think I've said this before in the podcast.
You're giving your junk a haircut, and it's important.
Yeah, it's like it's got a job interview. The interview is in Britt's mouth.
Okay.
It's like
you're like, that'll be controversial to say. It's like, yo, Rob's wife gives him oral sex. It's like,
yeah,
what?
It's so cool.
Why does she do that? Yeah. Ew, dude.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy. It's so funny. I posted the wedding pictures on my Instagram. And all the there was like 100 comments being like paid actress, like wow, I can't believe how good CGI has gotten over the year. It was just like everybody roasting me.
Yeah, I know.
It was like all your accounts.
Believe me, I know. Yeah. I was about to say, oh, believe me, I know.
But yeah, the wedding photos are up.
Dude,
they're on the
it's
Patreon.
So funny because Gray and I went through the wedding photos and it was just like, no, the ones we're in.
Yeah.
Fuck this groom.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my wedding. I didn't have any of my comedian friends as my groomsmen.
Brutal.
Because I didn't want to start a war.
Brutal. Because you can either have all of them or none of them.
Could you imagine? Yeah, if I had you and not Gray or vice versa, it would start a literal. You guys would fight.
It would have been it wouldn't. We wouldn't fight. It would just be you would be getting passive aggressive, like forever.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because you're already getting it.
Oh yeah,
you're getting it from both of us actually.
Yeah, I'm getting it. Well, Gray's like, oh, love the podcast. Where's my invite? And we're like, okay. You live in D.C. You live in a different state. It's hard enough.
Yeah, you live in D.C. and that stands for a different country.
Okay. You're going off the rails, dude.
Yeah, I'm off the rails.
Speaking
of off the rails, you ever been to Off the Rail?
Off the Rail? Isn't that in Media, PA? Yeah, I love that. There? Yeah, it used to be Jocelyn's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jocelyn's. Shout out to Jocelyn's. They used to have that cool bathroom. I remember getting drunk in the Jocelyn's bathroom. It's like a bathroom like made entirely of mirrors. And it's like you just like it's really cool. That's it.
I used to go there and I would bring a plastic flask.
Oh yeah?
Yep, because it was so packed all the time. You could barely ever get a drink, and when you did, it took forever. So I would bring a plastic flask in so I had drinks all
and just
night.
Drink that. Oh, that's smart.
Yep, because they had a thing where they'd
also sounds like an alcoholic.
They'd wave you down. Well, no, because I drink it with my friends too.
Okay. As long as your friends are there, you're fine.
As long as your friends, you're not alcoholic.
Yeah, no, I do heroin with my friends.
It's not sad if there's friends.
My friends.
What about having friends is sad?
So your story, you bring a plastic. I said, okay, you bring a plastic flask. Sorry, it's
into the bar. So
also, why plastic?
Because when they wave you down.
Oh, see now that's really you had to think this through. Yeah. You're like, how do I get alcohol into this bar? And like, I guess it's actually smart.
Dude, when you're at a packed bar, you are so if you're not a sexy person,
that's true.
You're going to be so few and far between with your drinks.
This is why I don't know, because I get served all the time.
Right, Rob gets served all the time.
As long as I order the drink from behind, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, it's funny because you dress like a bar back all the time, so people just think you're there to take out garbage.
Yeah. And really, I'm the garbage. I'm there. But so the story, you bring a plastic flask. I've interrupted you like 2 times now.
No. I mean,
or is that it? That's the story.
It's just I used to just scam that place.
Shout out to Jocelyn.
That was a hot one, right? For the camera, just scratching my gross fat love handle.
Ew.
I know. Thank you for saying ew.
I'm like, do it again. Ew! Don't make me fucking.
I'm like, I'll do it.
You should drink Pepsi on my slipper.
That's so funny.
We'll put it on the Patreon.
Do a shoey.
Do a shoey on my gross
All
slipper.
right, okay, then you have to drink something gross from somewhere on me.
I don't like the trade off.
Yeah.
I gotta drink like.
You have to take a mayo shot out of my belly button.
Ew. Ew, that's so gross.
No, it's not.
Mayo. First of all, mayo alone. Mayo in a sandwich is like okay, but mayo by itself is like ew.
Wow.
Like you know how you just eat peanut butter out the jar? you ever try that?
My brother and I, as a poor kid treat, you would take a spoon and you would cover it in peanut butter and you would throw that bitch in the freezer.
Oh yeah, is that
You'd come back like 25 minutes later, it's like semi-solid. And you just have a treat to gnaw on. Me and my fucking brother just like retards in front of a fucking.
I'm pretending I'm not gonna try that immediately after.
I know. I'm
literally gonna be like, oh, so fucking. How long do you put it in the freezer for?
I'm like, and then when do you ecstasy?
I'm trying to think of what would be grosser to eat off of your body, mayo or peanut
meat.
Butter, huh?
Or meat.
Yeah, but like I feel like
eating meat off of my body after it's been like brought to the temperature of my body.
Oh my god, ew. Oh yeah.
I run hot.
How about you do a shoey and then it's this really funny thing that you do and then I don't do anything. And I don't do anything.
You don't do anything.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do a shoey, but you have to eat your glasses. That's the perfect trade-off.
You do a shoey.
I will do a shoey out of that slipper if you eat your glasses. So the $5 Patreon is heating up this month.
Yeah. Jim's gonna do a shoey. I'm gonna eat chocolate.
I'm gonna do a shoey out of Rob's shoe, and he's gonna eat his fucking glasses.
I'll cover him in chocolate, and then I'll eat him.
No chocolate. No chalky.
I like how my pimples are like British or whatever voice you did.
Yeah. They're like scars. It's my time now.
Yeah.
I'm running the show now.
No, yeah, I think it'd be hilarious. You love Pepsi. Right? Imagine opening up another
Don't
Pepsi.
Don't let Coca-Cola hear that you just said that.
Oh, what? That you love Pepsi?
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't confirm or deny my relationship with Pepsi. Me and Coca-Cola have been going strong for a long time.
Are you a Coke or Pepsi guy? What do you like?
Coke.
Really?
Coke.
Coke is good, but there's something about I think Pepsi's more crisp.
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero? Oh, yeah, right.
I swear.
Yeah, right.
I'm on it hard.
You're on Coke Zero? Coke Zero tastes like
I've been on
like
Coke Zero
aspartame.
for months.
Yeah, it tastes like shit.
Yeah,
I
like
hate
aspartame.
It. Really? It tastes like it. I can't drink diet soda. I'd rather just have regular soda.
No. Coke Zero and Diet Coke are different.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
The taste.
But isn't it the same thing? Isn't Diet Coke just
has
Coke
its
Zero?
own taste.
But why? So they just made a diet soda twice. There's Coke Zero and there's diet soda.
So
there's fucking Diet Coke.
I'm pretty sure diet soda or Diet Coke is made with aspartame.
And
I think
Coke Zero
is made with sucralose.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I think it's a different thing. They were able to keep it tastes more like regular Coke.
Right.
Diet Coke has its own taste.
Okay. It's like, look, the difference is
I'm like, yo, I know a lot about this. Let's get to chatting.
It's like
meanwhile, she's like, I have to leave. She's like, I've got to go now.
The difference is getting yelled at in a Walmart parking lot versus a Target parking lot. That's like I feel like a Diet Coke is just in somebody's like an old fat woman's hands while she's yelling at you, like because you parked weird or something. That's how I imagine. That's like how I imagine.
You just described me.
There's a Diet Coke out there right now in somebody's hands as
in the clutches of a fat woman.
In the clutches of a fat woman while they're yelling at somebody about their parking spot. That's a real thing. That's probably happening right now.
Probably in more than one place.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's a difference in that one of them happens in a Target, the other one happens in Walmart. I think Coke Zero is like the Target, and then like Diet Coke is like the Walmart. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. And then there's Coke Life, which is made with stevia.
Coke Light. Coke Life. Okay, and isn't there like Pepsi made with nitrogen? There all these. I like how we're literally just talking about soda.
Well, no, I mean that's all I do. That's all I do. That's all I do. I mean, speak to what you know. Stick to what you know, fat fuck. I'm like, all right. So Nitro Pepsi. The thing about Nitro Pepsi is that it sucks, and the only people that buy it are mean to me at Wawa. So,
what? Why does it suck?
It just tastes like they're like, oh, it's like foamy and creamy. I'm like, I don't want it to be creamy. I'd get ice cream, and if I wanted it to be creamy.
Yeah.
See, the problem with Pepsi and Coke is that I'm not at the board of directors meetings. I'm clearly a pro.
So, but that sounds like a creamy Pepsi sounds delicious.
It's terrible. It tastes flat.
Does it? Oh.
I'll bring you one next time we do the cast.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. We should do a Pepsi challenge. We should see if we could tell the difference. Like, line them all up, do like a
I know the
taste
flavor
test.
of every liquid. This one time, that's so funny. We were talking about blacking out. I want to go back to that for a second.
Okay, I'm listening.
This one time, and I think she listens to this podcast. This girl, Summer, and we used to hang out all the time. And this one time, we blacked out together, and we were asleep in my bed, and we both puked.
Yeah.
And stayed asleep.
Ew.
And so we got discovered by a third party. And what happened was my one buddy, we were actually at my buddy's house.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were sleeping in the bed, and he got us both up and out of the bed. And I got up first, and he was like, I got to save the bed. So he starts pouring bleach on the puke.
Oh, my God.
I don't know where this idea came from, but she's still in the bed, and he's pouring bleach on the puke.
Ew.
And then pouring bleach on her head and face.
Oh, my God.
So it's just so fucking crazy. So, Summer, if you're listening, remember that?
I feel like bleach on your face, that's got to be not good for you.
No, it's bleach on your skin is bad.
Yeah.
So he was just like, yeah, it was really crazy. Chaotic.
That sounds horrible. It sounds like a hate crime.
He was like, I'm going to save the mattress, and here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to pour bleach on puke.
Was this guy also drunk?
I think he was a fucking retard.
Okay. No.
He was a fucking pillhead retard, and which is people I used to be around. But yeah, blacking out is something I've done a lot of time. I actually did it recently. I blacked out so bad that I fucking walked into my house and I puked just everywhere.
Yeah.
Just all over
Just recently?
everything. Yeah, my family like redid the house all Christmassy.
and you showed up.
I puked like into like this like holiday bowl.
Oh my!
And
ew.
then like broke it. It's almost like I filled it with puke and then knocked it on the floor.
You're the worst.
Yeah.
You're actually the worst.
I'm a fucking menace. I can't handle my shit. Anytime I go on vacation, I get too fucked up.
Yeah.
Like I was in Denver and I took a bunch of shots. I took myself out to brunch.
Mm-hmm.
I like Googled best brunch spots in Denver, and I had the gayest, most fucking craziest, fucking expensive lunch of all time. It felt like it was like $18. I was like, so they ran me dry.
It was literally McDonald's.
Yeah. So I had this expensive ass brunch at this like shitty little spot. One of those places where it's like, here's like butter on a wooden plate, but like they did a thing where it's like they had screwdrivers,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, let me get a full thing of the screwdrivers. She was like, that serves 8.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, let me get it.
Yeah.
No. Let me get it.
Yeah.
I like orange juice. What do you want? Like, what do you want?
So you drank a whole.
So I drank like a family's worth of
screwdrivers,
and then I was like, I'm still hungry. I want to go to In-N-Out.
Yeah.
So I was on my way to In-N-Out, and I was like, I was in the Uber. I was like, I'm gonna puke.
You said that?
I'm gonna puke. So he pulls over on the freeway, and I throw up, everywhere. Like not in the car, but like I got out, and it was like everywhere, like all over my clothes. So I literally like, I threw my button down out. My favorite shirt. I threw this really nice blue button down I had.
Oh,
out.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I threw it out.
It's in somewhere in Colorado.
It's in a trash can between a restaurant, and then I just got done ditching my puke shirt, and I like wiped my eyes and I looked up and it was like DXL. I was like, wow. I was like, where in the concourse is that? So I went and found it, and I walked in covered in like not puke anymore, but it was like puke marks.
Yeah.
Like something clearly has happened to this guy. And I was like, where are the shirts? And the woman was like everywhere. So I bought a bunch of undershirts.
You drunk.
And I bought this sweater, and I went outside and I watched her watch me change through the window, like between the buildings, and just ditch like more clothes that I was like throwing away. I want to know like what she thought was happening.
She probably thought, here's this drunk idiot who vomited all over himself and needs a new shirt. I don't think it's that deep.
No, maybe. I don't know if she could inference that. I'm like, no, I'm complex. I'm complex.
You're like, I'm mysterious.
I'm mysterious and complex. Meanwhile, I'm like drunkenly like, I'm like marching to In-N-Out. And then I literally was like, okay, I've had it in. I've had a day.
Yeah.
I got really high and I got really drunk and I puked and I had to like maneuver in public trying to not get like a public drunkenness charge.
Are we allowed to talk about that story in what? Remember we were in Jersey? Remember that story? I want to say what you did unless you want to talk about it on the podcast. We were in Jersey and you did a thing and then I drove you home immediately after you did the thing. Is that a thing we can't bring up?
No, we can bring it up.
Okay.
It's fine. I don't care.
I think that's just a really funny story.
You have to tell it.
Okay.
I honestly, it's fuzzy.
Okay. All right. This is, and then we'll wrap up the podcast soon because we're at about an hour. This is good.
I promise it's over soon.
This is a good way to end. Me and Jim did a show in Jersey. We were like, it was like close to, it was like Wildwood, but not really Wildwood. And I don't fucking know. It was like Wildwood 2. And it's like, now with more trash.
Puerto Ricans everywhere.
So we do this fucking show, and then afterwards everybody's like, oh, we're going to this fucking bar or whatever. And we show up to this bar, and you know, I'm not drinking because I don't drink and drive. You know, obviously I'm responsible.
Mm-hmm.
I had like maybe 1 or 2 6 beers, and then after or we were like hanging out, and I was getting ready to leave, and like and then Jim goes, hey, I'll be right back. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, don't worry about it. I'll be right back. And then the guy who he was like talking to, like a mutual friend, leans in and goes, we're going to go do cocaine. Like you were like clearly trying to be be like chill about it. And like, cause I guess you didn't want me to know or whatever.
I didn't know what your thoughts on it were. So I was like, I'm just going to not say.
I don't care. Whatever. Do your thing. But so Jim goes, I'll be right back. And then the guy he's with goes, we're going to go do cocaine. You want to come? And I was like, no, because if I do, I'm just going to watch. I'm not going to do it. And that'd be weird watching you guys do coke. Because, like, I'm like, but so like, it's like fucking like 12 o'clock. I check the GPS. Like, I'm like, oh shit, we're not going to get home if we leave right now for like another like hour and a half, 2 hours. I was like, I want to go home. So as soon as you get done doing cocaine, I'm like, okay, 2-hour car ride. I made you. You did coke. It was like the worst time. You did coke, and I put you next to me in the car. And I think the entire time, I just asked you. I was like, how do you feel? You're like, I feel like I made a mistake. You're like, I feel like you're like. I was like, what's cocaine feel like? You're like, it feels like I'm the shit, and then horrible after.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like Colorado.
That was such a fucking crazy day.
I'm sorry that I made you do coke and then put. Oh, I didn't make you do coke. You did that, but I made you get in the car ride. See, when you say coke or Pepsi,
nobody ever actually does cocaine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's always just pixie powder.
It's just always there.
It's just sugar.
Yeah.
It's just sugar.
All right, I think that's it for this episode. I can't stand listening to Jim talk about candy anymore. All right, I think
neither can anyone else, to be completely honest.
So we appreciate you guys listening. We made some changes to the Patreon now. $2 a month, and so we were originally doing like $2. You get a shout out or whatever. But the thing is, we're being real. If a bunch of people subscribe to the $2 tier in the future, thinking long term it's going to suck to have to shout out fucking 10,000, because that's how many we're going to get, let's be honest. A million people. So we bumped the shout out to the $20 tier. But if you subscribe to the $2 tier on the Patreon, patreon.com/Two in the Stink podcast, $2 a month now gets you a bonus episode, which we're going to record after this one. It's going to be the first one. $2 a month gets you that. $5 a month, you get a bunch of other extra bonus content. Oh, we do this thing called lift riffs, where we get in a lift and we pretend to be a couple breaking up, and we're gonna record that and put that on there. So we've done that a couple times in New York. That's always fucking hilarious.
People are like, they can't tell if we like. They're like those are lesbians.
Yeah, it's believable.
Yeah.
So the $20 tier gets you a shout out now. So thank you to all of our Patreon subscribers, and a special thank you to Alaska Woods, who is our only $20 tier subscriber. But right now you can subscribe to the $20 tier. You get a shout out, you get a signed poster, which are fucking awesome. We've got some. I don't feel like getting up to get them, but Jim's gonna get up to get them. I just saw his undies. Look at that poster. We'll back up a little bit so we can focus. If you're watching the video, you can see Jim showing off these posters. They actually are really fucking cool posters.
They're so nice.
I'm really happy how they turned out.
They're so nice.
Just careful how you jam it back in that box.
I'm not going to jam it.
There you go.
Careful how you jam it back in that box.
That's the first time you've heard that.
I always just let them go recklessly at me.
So yeah, check out the Patreon. And then also we have a $50 tier we just added today. You get a hoodie. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Rob, hold up the hoodie.
Yeah. Let me hold up the hoodie the hoodie that we definitely have right now. And then I'm not gonna order one on the off chance somebody actually subscribes to that tier. We should make like a $1,000 tier. It's like Jim will fuck you. Jim will have sex with you.
For $1,000, you're damn right. You're damn fucking right. I've been doing this shit for free. I can't even believe my luck.
It's $1,000 a month, so you gotta fuck him at least once a month, and that means that if like 10 people subscribe to it, that's a lot of dicks. Well, I don't know. What do you pull?
I'm like, is it?
What do you
no.
All right, patreon.com/Two in the Stink Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Two in the Stink Podcast. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to say?
Follow Two in the Stink Podcast on Instagram.
That's what I just said.
I just want to stress it.
Okay,
I just want to stress it.
Follow
Join the community. Be part of something special.
Hell yeah.
Be part of our community. We love every single one of the people that are in it already.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, we can start cranking out hoodies soon.
I'm just gonna start cranking it. To be honest.
Yeah. You ever do the fucking?
You're doing another topic. We got to wrap up.
All right. That's it. I'll let him go.
All right. I'll see you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Wash your hands.
Wash your fucking dirty hands.